Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon, Chancellor.
Afternoon.
You've said this a couple of times, and I really, you say that you didn't make cuts on the backs of the students. However, I'm in East Stroudsburg University, the black and red, love him. Representative Millard with his maroon and gold, we compete all the time. He loves his university, and I love mine. You talk about economic engines. We probably have the most graduates to stay locally after they graduate because of jobs that they produce, the training that they produce at the university, that they could walk into Sanofi, that they can walk into many of the businesses that we have down there and get work. But this is the stuff that, when you say we haven't cut them on the backs of students, I'm going to give you a couple of, we went from 20 to 22 to 24 to 30, and that's one of the lower, that's the English classes. But let me give you this one here. General chemistry went from 40 to 70. Organic chemistry went from 40 to 80. They're actually putting maximum seats into classrooms. They're up to 40, 45, and it's fire code. General education courses, Chemistry 106, fingerprinting the elements, went from 40 students to 120. Abel-Off Auditorium, we put that into 250 students. It's called, a mega class. And you've got some freshmen taking 3 to 5 mega classes. My daughter went to Millersville. She's 10 years ago, she graduated from Millersville. Today, she has her doctorate. Why? Because she got a great education at a great price, and she was, I was able to take care of that, and she was able to pay for her master's and her doctorate, paid for, debt-free. She went to the state system schools because it was a small school. She wasn't a number. Mm-hmm. We're making these schools like you're a number, like the big Penn States. All. I think it's going to hurt your enrollment down the road, and it's really hurting just the quality of education that we're getting.
Well, I want to be clear that when I was referring not on the backs of students, I'm referring to the tuition.
I know, but I'm looking at what you're getting for your money.
I understand. There is there's no doubt that our class sizes have increased. That's one way we've had to cope with the declining state support. There's no question about that. You're absolutely right. And so the conundrum that the board is in when they have their conversation about tuition, we know that there's a point at which our tuition will become too high for people to afford. And by the same token, we also understand that increased class size may have some impact on quality. What we are trying to do is to reach out to the faculty, to provide opportunities for faculty to learn about different teaching techniques. There are ways to use technology effectively, and I want to commend the many, many faculty who do that on a daily basis, to look at ways of maintaining the quality of that instruction. But Representative Scavello, you're absolutely right. Our class sizes are bigger than they were 10 years ago, and that is due, at least in part, to the declining levels of state support.
Teaching degree in the state system schools was one of to me was one of our strengths, and now the graduate teaching assistants are gone. I'm really worried. I'm worried about what's happening, and these cuts are unacceptable. I know, I see it firsthand at what's happening at my school, and I'm sure it's happening at the others as well. We somehow or other we have to find the dollars to put back into the state system schools. Dr. Cavallis, how you cut the Office of Diversity? How are you handling that in your in your school?
Well, we had a number of offices that deal with diversity with student services. We have a multicultural center. We have a number of offices that help with the students. We had an office that managed what we used to call diversity and some of the ADA requirements. So we moved the ADA office under social equity. We do have an office of social equity that monitors affirmative action, etc.
Okay.
And so we had to. That was one of those offices that became important, but it was not as crucial as the student support services that we provide to our students. By the way, just for a note, our diversity is among the highest in the PASHI system. Our entry in class last fall was about 18% students of color, and this year is going to be higher than that. So we are really quite proud of the enrollment that we have in terms of African American and Hispanics in particular in Kutztown.
And Diana, best of luck. Diana, right? Diana?
Joanna.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you.